Customer obsession is a key Amazon leadership principle, and interviewers often ask questions like, tell me about a time you went above and beyond for a customer, or how do you prioritize customer needs? They want to see if you consistently put customers first, take ownership, and find innovative solutions. When answering customer obsession interview questions, be direct and right to the point. Be sure to include how your actions improve the overall customer experience. Question number 1. Tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult customer. The interviewer wants to see how you handle challenging situations while maintaining a customer-focused approach. Show patience, problem-solving skills, and the ability to turn a negative experience into a positive one. Emphasize how you stayed professional and found a solution that satisfied the customer. One time, a customer came in upset because their order had been delayed due to a shipping issue. They were frustrated and insisted they needed their package immediately. I listened carefully, acknowledged their frustration, and assured them I would do everything I could to help. I checked the tracking details and found that the package had already arrived at a nearby facility. Instead of making them wait another day, I contacted the carrier and arranged for an expedited pickup. I also offered a discount on their next order as a goodwill gesture. The customer appreciated my effort and left much calmer than when they arrived. Later, they left a positive review, mentioning how my assistance changed their perception of the company. That experience reinforced how important it is to stay composed, listen actively, and focus on solutions. Question number 2. Tell me about one of your projects where you put the customer first. The goal here is to highlight a time when customer needs were your top priority. Choose an example where you went above and beyond to improve customer satisfaction or experience. Make sure to explain what actions you took and the impact it had. 2 years ago, I worked in retail and noticed that customers often struggled with our online return process. Many were calling in, frustrated about unclear instructions. I decided to take initiative and improve the experience. First, I gathered feedback from customers and team members to understand the pain points. Then I collaborated with the website team to simplify the return instructions and add a step-by-step guide with images. To ensure customers were aware of the changes, I also suggested an email update explaining the improved process. Within a month, return-related calls decreased by 30% and customers shared positive feedback about how much easier it was to return items. It was rewarding to see that by putting myself in the customer's shoes and acting on their concerns, I was able to create a smoother experience. Question number 3. Which company has the best customer service and why? This question tests your understanding of excellent customer service. Choose a well-known company known for its customer-centric approach, such as Amazon, Zappos, or Apple. Explain why their service stands out, focusing on specific practices or policies that enhance the customer experience. I believe Zappos sets the standard for outstanding customer service. Their approach goes beyond just selling products. They focus on building relationships and trust with customers. One of the things that stands out is their willingness to go the extra mile, whether it's offering free returns for 365 days or having customer service reps who take the time to connect with callers on a personal level. There's even a famous story of a representative who stayed on a call for over 10 hours just to make sure a customer got the help they needed. What makes them different is that they don't treat service as a script. It's personalized, human, and focused on creating a great experience. That kind of commitment builds customer loyalty, and I think it's what every company should strive for. Question number 4. Describe a time when a customer asked you for one thing, but you knew that they needed something else. This question tests your ability to recognize customer needs beyond their immediate request. Show that you listen carefully, ask the right questions, and guide customers toward the best solution while keeping their best interests in mind. I once had a customer that wanted to purchase a replacement charger for their phone. They were convinced they needed a specific model, but after asking a few questions, I realized they were actually dealing with a battery issue. Instead of just selling them the charger, I explained that their phone might not hold a charge properly because of an aging battery. I showed them how to check battery health in their settings, and it confirmed my suspicion. I then guided them on battery replacement options, which ended up solving their issue. They were grateful I took the time to find the real solution instead of just selling them something that wouldn't have fixed their problem. That moment reminded me that great customer service isn't just about meeting requests. It's about understanding the bigger picture and ensuring customers leave with the best outcome. Question number 5. Tell me about a time you handled a difficult customer. What did you do? How did you manage the customer? What was his reaction? What was the outcome? This is another opportunity to show patience, problem solving, and professionalism. Explain how you de-escalated the situation, understood the customer's frustration, and worked toward a resolution. Highlight a positive outcome. I once had a customer upset because they had been overcharged for an item. They were frustrated and spoke in a loud tone, drawing attention from other customers. I remained calm, listened carefully, and assured them I would look into the issue immediately. After checking the receipt and system, I discovered that a promotion had not been applied correctly. I apologized for the mistake and processed a refund on the spot. To make up for the inconvenience, I also offered a small store credit. The customer's attitude shifted. They went from being upset to thanking me for resolving the issue so quickly. Later, they returned to the store and mentioned how much they appreciated how I handled the situation. This experience reinforced the importance of staying composed and finding solutions that leave a lasting positive impression. Question number 6. Most of us at one time have felt frustrated or impatient when dealing with customers. Can you tell me about a time when you felt this way and how you dealt with it? This question tests your ability to manage emotions and provide excellent service, even in frustrating situations. Focus on staying professional, showing patience, and finding a solution that worked for both you and the customer. Show emotional control and problem-solving skills. There was a time when a customer was upset because their package was delayed due to a weather-related issue. They insisted that I personally guarantee its arrival by a certain time, which wasn't possible. I could feel myself getting frustrated because I had no control over the situation, but I took a deep breath and focused on what I could do. I acknowledged their frustration, explained the reason for the delay, and offered to track the package closely, providing them with updates. I also issued a courtesy credit as a goodwill gesture. By staying calm and focusing on solutions, the customer felt heard and appreciated. By the end of the call, they thanked me for my patience and willingness to help. This experience reminded me that even in difficult situations, empathy and clear communication go a long way in turning a negative experience into a positive one. Before we continue, you can download a copy of these exact interview questions and answers in PDF format by making a minimum donation of $3 and supporting my channel. Your continued support helps me create content like this, so you can pass your interview and land your dream job. Download your copy by clicking on the link in the description below. I want to thank you for supporting my channel. Question number 7. When do you think it's okay to push back or say no to an unreasonable customer request? Amazon values customer obsession, but they also expect employees to make sound business decisions. The best way to answer this question is to acknowledge the importance of customer satisfaction while explaining that not all requests can be fulfilled. Focus on finding a fair solution, staying professional, and aligning with company policies. Show that you can set boundaries while still delivering great service. Customers are always a priority, but there are times when a request isn't reasonable, whether due to company policy, ethical concerns, or feasibility. In those situations, I focus on maintaining a positive interaction while offering alternatives. For example, a customer once demanded a full refund on a product well past the return window. Instead of outright refusing, I empathized and explained the policy. I then offered a discount on a future purchase, which they appreciated. They didn't get exactly what they wanted, but they left the interaction satisfied because I treated them with respect and provided a solution. Pushing back doesn't mean saying no and walking away. It means handling the situation in a way that keeps trust intact while staying true to company standards. Question number 8. How do you develop client relationships? Amazon values long-term customer loyalty. Show that you take time to understand customer needs, provide personalized service, and build trust through consistency. Building strong relationships with customers starts with listening and anticipating their needs. In my previous role, I had a frequent customer who ordered office supplies regularly. I took the time to understand their preferences and noticed they often reordered the same items. Instead of waiting for them to place an order, I proactively reached out when stock was running low and suggested a subscription service that could save them time and money. They appreciated the thoughtfulness and signed up for the program. Over time, they began trusting my recommendations and would check with me before making large purchases. I've learned that reliability, personalized service, and anticipating customer needs are key to building lasting relationships. When customers know you genuinely care, they keep coming back. Question number 9. Tell me about a time you used customer feedback to change the way you worked. This question tests your ability to take constructive criticism and use it to improve. Choose an example where you took feedback seriously, made adjustments, and saw positive results. A customer once mentioned in a review that they felt the product descriptions on our website weren't detailed enough, making it hard to decide what to purchase. This feedback made me realize that if one person felt this way, others probably did too. I brought the concern to my manager, and we worked on updating product descriptions to include key features, dimensions, and more customer-friendly language. After the update, we saw fewer customer inquiries about product details and an increase in positive reviews. This experience taught me that customer feedback is a powerful tool for improvement. Instead of seeing it as criticism, I view it as an opportunity to provide better service and enhance the customer experience. Question number 10. Tell me about a time you had to compromise in order to satisfy a customer. The goal here is to show that you can find a middle ground that keeps the customer happy while maintaining company policies. Focus on a time when you balanced business needs with great service. A customer once contacted me about a laptop that stopped working 2 weeks after the return window had closed. They wanted a full refund, but our policy didn't allow it. Instead of denying the request outright, I looked for a compromise. I explained the policy but also offered to help them navigate the manufacturer's warranty process. I contacted the manufacturer on their behalf and expedited a replacement unit at no cost. While they didn't get a direct refund, they were thrilled that I went the extra mile to ensure they weren't left without a working device. This situation showed me that even when we can't meet a request exactly as the customer wants, there's usually a way to find a solution that satisfies both sides. Question number 11. How do you get an understanding of what the customer's needs are? This question evaluates your ability to actively listen, ask the right questions, and gather relevant information to understand customer needs. The best approach is to highlight how you listen, clarify, and confirm expectations to ensure you provide the best service. Understanding a customer's needs starts with active listening. I focus on asking open-ended questions and paying attention to details. For example, while working in retail, a customer came in looking for a laptop. Instead of just pointing them to the best sellers, I asked about their work, preferred software, and portability needs. Through our conversation, I learned they needed something lightweight with strong battery life for travel. I walked them through a few options that fit their lifestyle, rather than just the most popular models. The customer appreciated the personalized approach and left with a product that truly suited them. By taking the time to understand their needs beyond their initial request, I was able to provide the best solution, ensuring both satisfaction and confidence in their purchase. Question number 12. How do you honestly pursue customer feedback, not just solicit them for compliments? Amazon values honest feedback because it drives improvement. Your answer should show that you actively seek constructive criticism, take it seriously, and use it to improve products or services. I believe real feedback is more valuable than just hearing compliments. At my previous job in retail, I noticed that customers were hesitant to provide criticism when asked directly. Instead of just asking, "How was your experience?" I rephrased it to, "What's one thing we could do better next time?" This small change encouraged honest responses. One customer mentioned they loved our products but found the checkout process slow. I passed this along to my manager, and we adjusted how we handled peak hours by opening another register. A few weeks later, that same customer returned and commented on the improvement. Seeking genuine feedback means being open to criticism and taking action to improve the customer experience. Question number 13. How do you anticipate your customers' needs? This question tests your ability to go beyond what is asked and provide proactive service. Show that you pay attention to patterns, ask thoughtful questions, and use past experiences to predict what a customer might need before they even ask. Anticipating customer needs is about being proactive. In my previous role as a barista, I noticed a regular customer always ordered the same drink but occasionally asked for a snack on the side. Knowing this pattern, one morning, I mentioned a new pastry we had that paired well with their usual drink. They appreciated the suggestion and purchased it. From then on, they started asking for recommendations, trusting that I understood their preferences. By paying attention to habits and making personalized suggestions, I was able to create a better customer experience. Anticipating needs is about observing, listening, and thinking one step ahead to provide value before it's requested. Question number 14. How do you wow your customers? This question looks for examples of going above and beyond in customer service. Your answer should demonstrate creativity, empathy, and a commitment to customer satisfaction. Wowing a customer means exceeding their expectations in meaningful ways. When I worked at a bookstore, a customer was searching for a rare edition of a book for their father's birthday. We didn't have it in stock, but instead of just saying no, I researched alternative stores and even found an independent seller online who had it. I wrote down the details and handed it to the customer. They were so grateful for the effort that they not only ordered the book but also returned later to thank me personally. Going the extra mile, even when there's no immediate benefit, builds lasting customer trust. Question number 15. Tell me about a time where you put the customer first, regardless of what peers or management directed. What was the outcome? How did this impact your interaction with your peers or management? Amazon highly values customer obsession, so they want to see that you prioritize the customer even when it's challenging. Your answer should highlight a specific time when you went against the usual process or took extra steps to ensure a customer's needs were met. Focus on your decision making, the outcome, and how it affected your relationships with peers or management. A customer once received a damaged product and was told by our policy that we couldn't offer an immediate replacement, only a return and refund. The item was a gift for a special occasion, and they were devastated. I knew that following the standard process wouldn't leave them satisfied, so I escalated the issue and got approval to send a replacement overnight. The customer was incredibly grateful and left a glowing review about their experience. While some colleagues initially questioned my decision, management recognized that this level of service built customer trust. Over time, my team became more open to thinking outside the standard policy to find solutions that balanced company guidelines and customer satisfaction. This experience reinforced the idea that putting the customer first strengthens loyalty and can even lead to long-term business growth. And finally, here's the last Amazon customer obsession, behavioral-based interview question. Question number 16. When was a time when you had to balance the needs of the customer with the needs of the business? Amazon values employees who can make customer-centric decisions while still keeping business goals in mind. Your answer should show that you found a fair balance between both priorities. This is a great question. I once had a customer who wanted to return an item well past the return window. Company policy was clear, but I also wanted to keep the customer happy. Instead of outright denying the request, I looked for alternative solutions. I asked why they wanted to return it, and they mentioned it was a gift that didn't fit. While I couldn't process a full return, I offered them store credit as an exception. This met the customer's needs while still keeping the sale within the business. They left satisfied and later returned to use the store credit, making additional purchases. It was a win-win because it maintained customer trust while respecting company policy. If you want to learn more on how to land jobs and reach your career goals, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because that motivates me to keep doing what I do. Stay safe, keep smiling, and good luck.